We outside this summer, we don't have time to be trying to do our hair.
Ready?
Hey Neace Peeps, so today, girl, I got another video for you. I'm gonna show you how I installed this crochet hair myself. Girl, we outside this summer, we don't have time to be trying to do our hair. We don't have time to be doing these wash and goes, okay? Listen, we're getting these crochets and we're outside with it, okay? So, if you wanna see how I did this style, then girl, just keep on watching. Okay, girl, let's go ahead and get into the video. So, bonnet gang gang. You don't know what's under here. So, as you can tell, this is my I'm moving to Atlanta story. Okay. No, but seriously, thank you guys for tuning in for today's video. Now, today's video is also in partnership with Toyotress hair. If you haven't seen my first video with them, then I will link it in the cards. So go ahead and check that out as well. But today we're gonna go ahead and get into this crochet install. Now, y'all know I'm not a hairstylist, but if I can do it, you can do it, okay? So they sent me 7 packs of their spring twist hair, and it just looks like this. I've never had spring twist crochet or like regular spring twist, so this will be my first time trying this out, and I'm super excited. So I went ahead and gave this a wash. I did the apple cider vinegar rinse because y'all know my scalp is crazy. It be acting up with the dermatitis, so I had to go ahead and wash it just to make sure that all the chemicals that are put on during processing and, you know, and just the travel, it's just dirty, is, you know, your girl Rona is out. It's just, you gotta clean your hair. So now this hair is super soft, super springy. The only thing that I don't like is some of the ends got a little tangly when I was washing them, but you know, I could just cut those off. I don't know what I'm gonna do with those right about now because they're not bad. It's just me being picky. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. But if you see me looking off to the side, I have my mirror so I can see what I'm doing. But girl, bonnet gang gang, you don't know what's under here, okay? But what I did was go ahead and do, okay, scarf's coming off. See, this is why you have to have your bonnet on, because you don't never know where that scarf gonna be when you wake up the next morning. But what I did was go ahead and do my little makeshift braid pattern, because y'all know I cannot cornrow. But I did this myself, okay? And all I did was like the individual parts in the front and then cornrow the back, which y'all know I cannot cornrow. So it's very dusty, it's very, you know, but I did it. It's well enough for my crochet to be installed. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So as you can tell by the title, this video is also my story about me moving to Atlanta. Your girl is moving. Now, if you know me a little bit of background, I move a lot. It seems like almost every 2 years I move. And that's usually for work. So this time is no different. Okay, I'm back. Literally, I had to go off camera to see if I knew how to do this crochet still, because I definitely forgot. Okay, but anyway, so I move around a lot with my job, whether it's changing positions, changing companies. I changed companies once and I had to move. So stuff like that. I've never been opposed to moving. After I finished college, I moved away to Columbus, where the headquarters was for my old company. And so, yeah, it's never been an issue for me. And by the way, I'm gonna put a crochet on each individual, but I'm also gonna go back in and put it like on the link, I don't know, the part in between the two, just so it's not spacey looking. But anyway, so I work for a company in the CPG industry, which is like consumer packaged goods, you know, products that you use every day at home. Because my background is in marketing, and I'm actually working on my MBA right now. Anyway, that's irrelevant. So let me tell y'all the struggle of how I'm actually getting to Atlanta. So first of all, I got a promotion. But y'all, when I say it was a struggle, and I'm gonna be completely honest, but obviously I still work, you know, in corporate, so I'm not gonna be super explicit in the things that I say because, girl. But y'all, so my previous team was a new team in the company, and wait, let me back up. Sorry. So basically, okay, I feel like this is hard to follow. Okay, so I graduated from college, started a development program, finished that. Then in 2018, I moved back to North Carolina that summer. Then by November, so I started with the new company that summer. Then by November, I had an offer for a new position, but it was in New Jersey. Now, if you know me, you know I do not like the cold. Your girl was born and raised in North Carolina. We like the warm weather, okay? So I was like, okay, you know, I ain't really trying to go back to the cold. I also moved back to North Carolina because I want to be closer to my family again. But here I am having to move all over. Okay. But I'm like, you know, obviously this is happening for a reason. Maybe this is, God's not ready for me to be back in North Carolina. And y'all, this made me like a firm believer that God will give you what you pray for, even if it's not what you know, he wanted for you at that moment. If you pray and pray and pray, which I was like, oh my God, Lord, please let me move back home, because my job at the time was about to move me to Minneapolis. And you want to talk about some cold, girl. So I was like, Lord, please, please let me move back home. Not home, but back to North Carolina where it's warm. So I feel like he really allowed me to do that. But then it's like, okay, you want to do that, but you're still going to have to follow my will. So I ended up having to be away from North Carolina anyway, because that's just what he wanted from me. It wasn't time. February of 2019, I moved to New Jersey. Literally, it snowed the first day I got here. So I'm like, okay, this is a great indicator of how this is about to go. So fast forward, I went through like 3 different managers. My manager that I started the position with that January of 2019 ended up leaving the company. So I'm like, okay. But again, this was a new team. So it's like, it was supposed to just be us two in that marketing function. And then he left. And he was my boss. So it was like, then I have to be, you know, I have to do my work and his work, essentially, because there's nobody else to do it. Which, in hindsight, I'm like, I should have been like, and where's my raise? But, you know, you live and you learn, but that's not the point of the video. So then I had to report to my director, which, girl, as somebody who's like on the bottom, not the bottom, but like, you know, at least 2-3 levels under what he's used to having reporting to him. Like, you know, team leads and stuff like that report to him. So me reporting directly into him as an analyst was like, it was tough. Because he had such high expectations, because he was as a director, he's used to, you know, a certain level of people reporting into him. So he could just be like, you know, go do XYZ, and they go do it. But see, they had the experience and they knew how to do it. I'm hoping y'all follow me. Please just bear with me. Now, it was great for me in hindsight because I was able to learn those skills and, you know, make the connections in a new company for me to be able to do a job 2 levels above mine. So it was beneficial for me. You know, at the time it was like, I can't do this. Like, this is crazy. Like, I was stressed out. Like, it was too much going on. I was up here by myself. Well, I had like a few friends, like my sorority sister, but it was just really hard. And I was like, I'm ready to go home. Now I will say, as part of my position, like my negotiation for my new position now, because remember, I had just started with the company in July and got a promotion offer in November, moved to New Jersey in February. So I'm like, y'all know I moved back to North Carolina for, you know, for the first position with the company because I wanted to be back in North Carolina. So now y'all got me living in New Jersey. Like, I did not sign up for this. So as part of my negotiation, because your girl be getting it, I was able to have them agree to fly me back home once a month for a week, and I could work remotely from there. So fast forward, I get a new boss that next summer. So we moved to New Jersey in February. My original boss left in April, reported to my director, you know, in between time. And then in July, I got a new manager. Oh my gosh, I was like, I'm so grateful. Like, you know, my manager was super cool, like, would teach me new things. I'm like, this is amazing. Like, this is what I need. My manager had previously worked at the company and returned there. So it was like, wow, this is great. Later on in the year, we had a few hiccups, but at my review, like, I was very open about how I felt. They were receptive, you know, because they knew I started acting like, okay, I'm annoyed because of how things are happening right now. And I feel like that's very important as, like, you know, us being in corporate, because a lot of times Black people will just accept things and just do things because we feel like we have to, like we don't have no other choice. We can't really say anything. Just like I was explaining with my old manager leaving, and I was doing his job, and I didn't get no pay increase, no bonus, no nothing. And it'd be like, oh, you know, you gotta help out the team. You don't have to help out the team. The team wants some help, they need to pay you. It just rubbed me the wrong way, you know. It wasn't what I was used to as far as how they would behave normally. And hey, let me back up. Also, during this time, I started going to my therapist, who is amazing. Because y'all, like I said, I was stressed out. That job was stressing me out. I liked the job. It was just like, wow, these people are crazy. The expectations were crazy to me. Like, who can do this? I can't do this. So I'm like filling her in on what's going on at work. And she's like giving me great tools and advice to be more not confrontational, but be more vocal about what I will and will not put up with, because otherwise they will try to take advantage of you. They will run over you. Like, this is corporate. It's all political. It's all a game. Like, you just have to do, you know, you have to do what's best for you, because they're going to do what's best for them. They're going to do what's best for the company. So beginning of the next year, which was 2020, I had this project, killing the project, y'all. Like, literally, I worked on it so hard. Like, I was staying to work late, like 8 o'clock, at least 6:30 every day. I was trying to be like, you know, I should be getting a promotion soon, because like the culture of the company at the time was like, literally, y'all saw I started in the summer and got a promotion offer in November of the same year. So I'm like, I'm trying to work hard, so I ain't got to be doing this and dealing with this. I'm trying to get in and out. I'm literally so busy. Like, that was one thing I used to tell my therapist. I was swamped all day there was something to be done. Every day, all day, every day. She helped me to take a step back and see what was really happening. So with that particular project, and I'm getting to the Atlanta move, y'all, just bear with me. For that particular project, realize, you know, the meeting's coming up. I want to go. I need to present this because I'm the one that did the project. And so I'm like, you know, and this is like literally before COVID hit. This is like February of 2020. So I'm like, you know, I'll be willing to go, blah, blah, blah. And my manager was just like, oh, it's kind of too late for you to book your flight, because this was like the week before. And I'm like, but you were literally just bragging about how you booked a flight like Monday for Tuesday. So I'm confused. But you know, I'm not a person who thinks that people are malicious a lot of the times. Like when it work related, like I feel like it's like it's business, you know, like, but sometimes it's not. Is the reality of it that I found out. So I wasn't able to go. I'm like, I can join via Zoom, you know, everything like that. Wasn't going for it. I'm like, why though? Why are you acting like this? And so my name wasn't even put on the presentation. I'm very confused, but wasn't able to go. Okay. So I'm like, you know, I sent follow up like, you know, next time I need to go, you know, whatever. So then as the year progresses, I'm thinking like, okay, well, maybe mid-year. And y'all, I got some iced coffee. I'm like, okay, maybe mid-year when we have our mid-year review, I should be able to get a promotion because I just killed this project. Like the customer was super happy with it, whatever. So I'm like, I'll go online because y'all know I'm gonna do my due diligence. I go online and on our little internal website, see what positions are available that I'm interested in, tie back what projects I've done, you know, how those projects made me qualified, what skills I learned, everything, like literally a whole Excel spreadsheet. During your review, you have to talk about, you know, strengths and what you thought you did well so far, opportunity areas, whatever. And then my manager starts to ask me, you know, what I want to focus on for the next 6 months. And I'm like, 6 months? What you talking about, Willis? Like, who about to be here another 6 months? At this point, I've been in the position for 1.5 years, and at my company, like, you don't have to be, you know, a year is great. Now, I will say, let me back up. In December of the previous year, in my end of the year review, I was about to start my program, my master's program in the spring, and I didn't really want to move on to a new position yet because I was like, that learning curve of trying to figure out grad school paired with trying to figure out a new position, that just sounded like some stress that I wasn't really trying to deal with. But I'm going for like mid-year, you know? I'm qualified. I'm literally doing work for a position that's like 2 levels above mine. And I'm just like, what? So I'm like, I have to just trust God. When I say I was so frustrated and seeing like my peers, like comparison is the thief of joy. Seeing my peers, why I just pull this back out? Seeing my peers that were in the same position as me move up was just like, wow, really? What about me? You know, like, cause I'm like, I already know I'm capable. I don't care what you say. They're making new positions, like new roles for these people. And I'm just like, why they ain't making that for me right now? So that was in like June, July. I'm literally so frustrated because there are people who were being hired on our team, which had a lot of attention. Our team had a lot of attention at the time. It's great because we're getting all these resources, whatever, you know. But little old me, I'm literally still in the position. And thinking back on it makes me like very sad, because I'm the type of person that succeeds, but along the way, I'm usually questioning myself and my capabilities. To not be getting promoted, you know, to watch all these other people get hired, I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I don't understand. And I felt kind of stuck. I felt like if my manager is not advocating for me, or doesn't feel like I need to be promoted, I'm not gonna get promoted. So what the heck, you know, like, gotta wait till December for another review to even, and again, I'm saying I have to wait till December because that was the 6-month mark from our previous review. Meanwhile, other people getting promoted. So I'm trying to figure out like what I can do. And then I just determined that I can't really do anything. This person has my career trajectory in their hands. And people probably like, why don't you just go, you know, to the next level up, to your manager's manager? When I say they're like 2 peas in a pod, like, it was almost like groupthink. Whatever my manager said, their manager was usually on the same, you know, like, thought process. Then I began to actually speak with my manager's manager on a monthly basis, I think it was. He was like, oh, your manager said you're, you know, concerned about what's next and if we have something for you. Duh, literally, I've been in this position going on almost 2 years. And I have no, like, pathway to say, like, oh, this is what I'm going to be doing next. Because, again, my team was new. So most of the positions had to be created, which takes forever. Okay. So now fast forward to my new position, which is causing me to be moving to Atlanta, which I'm super excited about. Okay. So I think it was probably like October, November, when I first started having those one-on-one meetings with my manager's manager, or my director. It was like telling me, oh, I know you're concerned. We're trying to get this position created for you. The account is in Atlanta. Actually, it's on the team that I started with when I moved to North Carolina. So I'm like, oh my God, I love working with them. I would love, he's like, you know, this will be a great fit for you. It'll be a promotion and it'll be an account that I'm familiar with, and it'll be down south so I can get back closer to my family. Cause he's the one that had to approve, you know, my weekly back to North Carolina each month. He's like, yeah, we're working on it right now. HR should be reaching out to you soon. I'm like, Dad, this is great news. Girl, when I tell you, October went by, November went by, December went by. Now it's my end of the year review. It's like December 16th or something. It's like mid-December. I'm like, yes, this is gonna be great before I go out for the holidays, whatever. Child, do you know that during that review, I did not get that promotion? I got the notification that I would get the promotion, but still, like, no official paperwork, no offer letter, no nothing. So it's like kind of halfway happy. We're making progress at this point. We still have like 2 weeks before the new year. Maybe I'll start January 1st, you know? Okay, no. So I'm like worried about it in the back of my head. I'm like, what the heck is taking so long? Fast forward to January. It's time for my monthly one-on-one with my director again. He's like, oh, you should be hearing from HR like ASAP, like sometime this week. This is probably like the second week of January at this point. So everybody waiting on everybody, nobody making no moves. Okay, y'all about to piss me off. And I feel like in this, God is teaching me patience. If he ain't teaching me nothing else. That Friday comes and I get my offer, finally. My manager's like, hey, can I talk to you for 5 minutes? I'm like, yeah, offer looks great. I'm like, but where is it supposed to be based? And my manager's like, oh, well, right now they just put New Jersey down because we can't move anyone. And I'm like, wait, what? Now I'm like, hold on. If I'm about to be promoted, but I'm about to have to stay in New Jersey, I'm pissed. So I'm like worried a little bit again. My manager texted me one day. I was actually out in the field doing some store visits. He texted me and said my reload got approved. And girl, when I said I wanted to run around that store, oh my God, I was just like, thank you, Jesus. Like, thank you, Jesus. Literally, thank you, Jesus. Like, that's the only explanation. So many lessons out of this situation. One being patience. God's timing, not my timing. I'm sitting over there worried. First of all, worried about a promotion that I felt I deserved, which I did. Period. Worried about a promotion, then got the promotion, worried about relocation. Everything worked out in the timing and in the way that God intended it to work. I just had to sit there and sit back and shut up and let him do it in his timing. Literally, they helped me find a place in Atlanta, which I have some apartment shopping vlogs I'll be able to share with y'all. I've already found my new place. I'm gonna have some good like moving content for y'all. I'm super excited to like redecorate and everything. It's gonna be so fun. I just wanted to share this story because, you know, on social media, all you see is the good stuff. All you see is, oh, Neace got a promotion. Oh, that's great. Oh, she's moving. Okay, but you don't see or understand the background or the anxiety and the stress that I was putting myself through because it wasn't God. It was me trying to figure things out. Get out of his way. Let him do it. I just wanted to put my story out there to encourage someone else. I mentioned like my work was being used and I wasn't in the room. Doing work above your pay level for the same pay. These things are not okay. And we have to stop accepting it. And I've learned from this situation and not to be taken advantage of and to know your worth, know, you know, your capabilities. Don't question them, which that's something that I still am working on. And when you question yourself, you really question God, which is a slap in the face for him. And I never want to, you know, do that or be that person because I'm too blessed, you know. So I wanted to give y'all the background, the parts that y'all didn't see, to hopefully encourage somebody who might be waiting and feel like their time is never coming. Like, what's taking so long? And I want to tell you, it's taking that long because he's making it perfectly for you. I don't have to worry about none of that stuff. I don't got to worry about none of that stuff. So just trust him. And I ain't gonna preach or nothing. So I have talked enough. I'm gonna go finish the rest of this off camera and I'll be right back. All right, girl, so I am back with the finished look. And girl, she's giving. This is super cute. It's lightweight, super easy. Would have been quick, but I was running my mouth. Thank you again to Toyotress for sponsoring today's video. If you guys want to get this look or just check out all the other crochet styles that Toyotress has, go ahead and check the description box for the link. And you get 15% off when you use the link below. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.